Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real Madrid Hub, your source for Real Madrid news. And, well, all eyes are on Marco Asensio. If you have not been watching the Olympics, well, yesterday Spain qualified for the Olympic final where they will face Brazil with a last-minute goal by Marco Asensio over the home team, over Japan in the Tokyo Olympics. And Marco Asensio scored a beautiful left-footed curler, as we have seen him do before with Real Madrid, with that fabulous left foot of his, but has been something that has been lacking from him in the last season with Real Madrid. But he was able to revindicate himself against Japan and showed, what it is that we all want to see more of from him at Real Madrid. And essentially, he knows that this was a kind of a revindication for him, and took some time after the game to speak about his critics, saying that a lot of critics overstepped the bounds that they should not overstep when criticizing. And he says that a lot of people speak and criticize. And the criticize are something that they have to get used to. I am a player of Madrid. I am a player of the national team, and we have to basically do with all these types of situations. We have to make do with all these types of situations. And so this goes for all of those people that have, stood by me and helped, and for all of those that have not. The attacker of Real Madrid recognized that there's a lot of pressure on him, because he says that he knew that he came here to be a standout player, essentially because he's one of the more veteran players, and he is a player that has done a lot of things in the world of football. And he knew that he had more responsibility and more pressure than others, but at the end, he also had to be, here and show up in these moments, in these semifinals and finals, which is what he likes to do and where he likes to show up. And that all of his teammates were very happy for him, because they knew about all his work and everything that he has had to endure outside of the field, especially talking about the pressure. He was talking about all this, of course, because, he's been unfortunately, I would say in the bullseye for a lot of Madridistas, has been in the bullseye for, even for Spain, essentially. He wasn't called up for the Euros, but he was called up for the Olympics. And, well, it seems like it reaped some rewards, because they are now in the finals because of that left-footed curler that he scored against Japan. The player is, essentially, Marco Asensio was seen as this talented wonder kid when he first came to Real Madrid, and he showed a lot of promise. But ever since his injury, he's been very, he hasn't shown the same amount of grit and talent and all of that kind of stuff. We even had, if you remember, maybe a few weeks ago, when the Olympics first started, we reported that many people on the Spain national team said that he was no longer the player that they once remembered, that he had changed, that he had essentially was a shadow of his former self. So this is a good opportunity for Asensio, essentially, to regain the spotlight, maybe regain some confidence, and hopefully he can drag this confidence not only to the final for Spain when they play Brazil, but also to Real Madrid when he returns from the Olympic Games and rejoins Ancelotti's squad, and hopefully can show us some of those goals this season, as it's something that he has been lacking. But goals are also something we have been lacking from our wingers for a couple of seasons now. So that is the news I have right now for Real Madrid. Make sure you stay here on Real Madrid Hub and hit that subscribe button.